Hi, good day guys. My name is Michael Ali. On this tutorial here, this video, I'm going to do a complete breakdown on, what is Parlay Proz, how to register to Parlay Proz, register someone, how to use our scanner, how to access a sports book, right, and how to build bets using the scanner the right way. All right, so first of all, you go on to parlayproz.com. If you're registering somebody, you let them click the sign up link. Right, when they click the sign up link, right, they put in basic information, they put in their username, right? So for my username, I'd use like, Mikey, or all right, my first name is Michael, last name is Ali. I could put Michael Ali 24, as the case may be here in the example, right? You put your email, you set your password, right? You put your contact number, select your country, and you put in the affiliate username of the person who referred you, right? Their username would be the username that they registered with, on the form when they got signed up, right? So let's say I referred you, right? When you're filling out your form, right? You put in my affiliate username here, right? And you register and you complete the form, right? So that's how to get registered, right? Or how to register a new person to the company, right? And let's launch the scanner. Right? So you go to your login page here, right? And you want to go to scanner here, right? We do live sessions to access your live sessions, right? When we have live sessions during the day, you want to go to resources, right? And you're going to be able to launch the Zoom session from here, clicking this button here. All right, so you click Zoom sessions and join Zoom session. You'll see the password here. This will launch the Zoom, right, for you on your phone, on your PC, and you're going to be able to attend the live sessions that we have, right? Also, we have picks. If you miss the session, and we were able to build, a 1-to-1 pick, a 1-to-4, 1-to-6, 1-to-8, right? You'll go to picks, right? And we'll post it here under Michael and Jeremy here, and you're going to be able to access the picks. So yesterday I was 1 pick, Sunday I had 2, right? Sunday we had a mini lotto as well. So you could open here, you could check the past picks, and we could launch. These tickets are old tickets, right? This was Sunday, right? And we won this lotto. This was a $7 to win 100 and something, a 14, nearly 15 to 1 odds, right? So we'll analyze a couple games as well, right? Just to show you how we arrived at that, right? Today is Tuesday, so no picks available, right? And then this is the scanner button here. You want to be able to launch your scanner, right? You want to go down here and you want to click launch scanner. All right, and it's going to be able to verify that you're an active person, and it will bring up the scanner for you here. All right, and before I explain, what is the scanner and the use of the scanner, let me show you, what is a sports book. The first thing you need to get is a sports book, right? We use stake, right? You fund your stake, you register with stake, and you fund your stake, right? There's a deposit button. All right, you click your network, you choose your currency, right? USDT is what we normally use. It's a stable coin. And you want to click in network. You want to click BEP20, TRC20, whatever network you're comfortable with. All right. And you scan the barcode here from your phone and you send the crypto here. With somebody you're purchasing the crypto from, you need to give them this address here. So you could copy it from here, right? Or you could send them a screenshot of the barcode and they're going to be able to make deposit for you. Right, when time to withdraw, you go to withdrawal, right? And same thing again, you select the currency where you have the money stored in, select network as well, and put in the amount, and you put in the wallet address of the wallet that you want to send to, right? And you click withdrawal, you would have a 6-digit code come in your email, you put it in when they ask for it, and you're going to be able to get your money within about a minute or 2 maximum, right? The withdrawals are very quick. Deposits are quick as well, right? So you gotta get yourself a sports book. As I say, we use stake. Feel free to use any sports book of your choice, right? I've been using stake for years, and I'm very comfortable with it, right? So what we used to do manually, right? We'll go to sports. Like you say, these are the major sports here. I go to basketball, go to NBA, right? And if I were to, place a bet, right, on a particular game. Let's say I'm going on Indiana Pacers, right, game, and I want to place, a bet. Once you're placing a bet with same players in the game, you need to go to same game multi. Anytime you're doing more than one player in that particular game, you're going to need to go to same game multi. And you make your decision there and add all the players you want. If it's one player you want from each game, just one, not more than one, you go to player props, right? So let me say if you're going to build a bet with players from the same game, probably are looking for two players, right, to put in the game. So you're going to see all the players here. There's a lot of players, right? If I go to Thomas Brand, right, you'll see that the sports book, they set the lines. You could bet on points, either rebounds, three-pointers made, steals, blocks on turnovers, points and rebounds combined, points and assists combined, points, assists, and rebounds combined, assists and rebounds, steal and blocks, right? Assists, even first quarter points, first quarter assists, right? Double, triple, right? There are a lot of different variation of lines that you could bet on. And the sports book, they would set the line, right? They will give you the line and you have the opportunity if you want to bet, over the line or under the line. You could even tweak the line a little bit. So if the 6.5, you're looking to bet over on Thomas Brand on points, right? This is your odds here, right? 85%, 1.85, right? Means that if you put 100 USD in this bet, you'd profit $85. So it's an 85% payout, right? You could add other bets to it to increase your line, right? So you could keep increasing the line to a 3.35%, this 3.35%, right? More bets, more lines you add is more odds you get for your money. The risk to reward goes up, right? So as I said, if the points, you want to drop the points a little bit to be a little more comfortable, a little more achievable, you can do that. The only disadvantage is that your odds will drop, right? Because you're asking for a better price, on that particular line if you're betting the over. If you're betting the under, and it starts at 6.5, you could push it a little more, all right? And you could bet the under. Vice versa, the odds will drop on you. So you need to combine it with probably out a line, to be able to get a 1-2 or 1-3 or whatever, you're comfortable with building. So how we used to analyze this, before we had this scanner is that we'd go to Thomas Brand, right? We'd hold a Zoom, me and, Jeremy, Ali, and other guys, and we'd give each person a whole entire team to check through, right? And they will go through the players, I will go through the players, right? And each line individually on Google Stats, right, or StatMuse, right, or on the NBA website, right? And we'll check the line. So if I'm checking Thomas Brand, I'll go to his stats on Google, all right? So I'll go to Google, all right, type in, Thomas Brand, right? So when you type in Thomas Brand now, I'll go to stats, right? And I have to manually check this. So I'll check from his points, right? And I'll see, if I'm looking for under the 9.5, I have to check and see how much times he stayed under. He stayed under 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 6 times, and he went over 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So it's a 60% chance that he could stay under based on his last 10 game, past historical stats, right? Now I had to check to see if I want the over. So I'd go to the 6.5, the lowest I could get, and check how much time he went over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's an 80% chance of staying of going over. Then I have to do rebounds, right? So you'll check rebounds, right? Then we'll check points and rebounds, points and assists, PRA. If the PRA I'm looking at, under, I'd have to change it, see where's the max line on stake here. All right, 16, all right, 8.5 is the lowest, and 16. Go back here now, and I'll have to add the points, rebound, and assists. So to stay under the 16, right, points is 7, 8, 9, right, 9 he did in this game, 8, and 5. So it takes a long time, if you get the drift, right, to come up with a good proper line and bet. It takes a long time, right? Sometimes it takes 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours if it's you alone, right, to get a proper line without actually guessing, right? And fatigue kicks in. Sometimes lines change on you when you take so long, and all these different things, right? So hence the reason why, the scanner came about, right? The idea of the scanner. And, we spent a lot of money, right? We spent millions of dollars to get it, to this level here, right? And we're going to complete it with all sports, AI integration, everything. So the scanner, you're going to get, it updates, during the day, probably at least 4 or 5 times a day, right? If you want to know the last update, right, you could check to the top here, right? On mobile, it's more designed for tablets, laptop, desktop, right? We do have a mobile optimized mobile view, right? If you're on the go and you want to use the scanner to place a bet, probably don't have access to your laptop or your tablet or whatever the case may be, or your iPad, you can use the phone, but it's more designed for PC. So what you could do is that you could change the view, right? When you click the three dots on the Google browser, you could go down, right? Well, not on your PC, but I'm just giving you an example for phone, and you'll see desktop view, that's side view, right? And you're going to be able to get back this view, right? If you want to use it as though you're using it off the PC. So this is where you could see the last update. The last update is important. This will tell you, when we scrape the stake website and update the new fresh lines and new players and new stats and these things, right? Now we have an entire player database here. If you want to check, any player, probably is the same Thomas Brand, right? You could type in his name here. All right, once you start typing in the name of the player, right, it's going to pull up all the players, with that name, right? You're going to be able to pull up, their information. You could check the last 5 games, the last 15, the last 20 games. You're going to get a max start for the season as well, right? All the information you need, right, to make that bet, right? So for instance, right, the same stats you see here, probably want to check the points, right? And the line on stake, is the same 8.5, whatever the case may be, right? You go to points, right? And you set back the 8.5, right? And you could get your percentage here, right? So, it's a 60% chance of staying under because it's under the line, right? And anything in green, right, means that it went over that particular line that you set here, right? This is coming from the sport. Well, this is the line of the sports book. You'll see that there is a 40% chance that he went over the line. You can check it for the rebounds, the PRA. The beauty about the scanner is that it adds everything for you. So the same line that you'd have to manually check for points, rebound, assists, or points and assists. If you go back to the same Thomas Brand, right, and you check the PRA was 16. Probably want to look at a 16 and under, right? So you could select 16 here, right? And you're going to see that it's a 40% chance over, a 60% chance staying under. All right, so very powerful stuff with this scanner. We also have team stats as well. If you want to know, if you want to bet what based on the performance of the team with PRA, blocks, steals, right, turnovers, 3 points made, all right, 3 points attempt, right? You have everything here. Plus, you have a database here of the last 15 games logged here as well, just like how Google Stats has, right? You're going to be able to get it here as well, right? And you could cross-reference the same stats of brands. So, for instance, if you go to rebound, you're going to see his last 3 games was 2-5-4, 2-5-4, right? And you can see here, if you go to rebounds, 2-5-4, right? So it updates every single day as soon as the game is completed, right? It will update all the stats of that particular player, all the players, right? And all the team stats as well, right? So you see it corresponding here, the last date here, the second of the third. All right, lovely. All right, so let's go to our projection section. This is the most exciting section here. All right, what I love about this is that, remember I said that the research used to take hours, right? 3, 4, 5 hours, right? Now, we cut down the research time from 3, 4, 5 hours, right? Straight down to about 5 seconds, right? So the projection sections, what it does, it scans the entire stake website, provide you with all the available lines that stake has presently, right? And the players who went over the line or stayed under the line, right? And they sort it here for you and give you the hit rate. Hit rate is the percentage that they go over, right? Or under. All right. So for instance, right, we have Cam Thompson here, points, assist, and rebound, right? The PRA, right? Stake has the line set as 19.5, right? He's averaging 30.6. The scanner calculates the average for you, right? In 10 games, right? You see that, hey, to go over the line, right? There's a difference when you minus the line from the average. There's a difference of 11.1, right? So this is good. He's projected to go, high because he's averaging 30 and the line is set at 19.5. Difference in price, right, of 11.1. And then in his last 5 games, he went over. There's a 80% chance of going over a line. So that's 4 out of 5. And 9 out of 10 in his last game, a 90% chance of going over. Right? In 15 games, 93% chance of going over as well. Right? So it gives you the information here. Right? The first thing I want to check, right? And you could sort, probably want to build a parlay on, something in particular you like. It probably is rebounds only, assists, right? So you could actually set what you're looking for here. All right, 3 pointers alone, rebounds alone. Let's say probably looking for rebounds alone, stats on rebounds alone. Right, you're gonna get rebounds here, and you could build your parlay however you want it, right? Or look for the bet however you want it. First thing I look for is streak. Right, so you're gonna click here, get the arrow facing down to get all the over. So I have a person on a 15-game win streak, this Cameron Johnson. The line stake is 12.5. Once you sort here, get the under arrow, right? You see players that went over, on the streak that they're on, right? 15-game win streak on a particular line, 15 out of 15, right? This is 100% in 5, 100% in 10, 100% in 15 games, right? This is incredible stuff on the particular line that, Stake has because it scraped the website. So you have Cameron Johnson, probably you'll want to look at Jacoby Walter. His line for points and rebound is 8.5, right? He's on a 14-game win streak on this particular line. He's averaging 11, right? There's a whole 2.6 line difference, right, in line based on his average. So he's projected to go over this line, right? So let's pull up his points and rebound for Jacoby Walter. Points and rebound is 8.5. So you could find Jacoby Walter here. What game is this? This is Toronto and Orlando. So Toronto and Orlando. All right. Let's go to Jacoby. Go down here, Jacoby. Right, Walter. And it's points and rebound at 8.5. Let's go to points and rebound. Drop the line. 8.5, right? So it's not going lower than that. That's the power of the scanner. It scrapes the lowest line and the highest line for you, and you could bet the over on that there, right? And you could add to it. You add our next line to it, right? You want to click multi, and you're going to be able to place your bet, put in your amount here, and place your bet here, right? So back to the scanner. So 8.5, right? Cameron Thompson, all right? It gives you all the lines here. And if you pull up Jacoby, points and rebound here at 8.5. Right, so you go to points and rebound, right? It's already set for you here. Sometimes you gotta put it in, and you see that in 10 games, right? In 5 games, he went 100% over. In 10 games, he went way over the line, right? He's doing pretty good over that 8.5. In 15 games, right? Pretty good, right? He went over, basically 14 times, right? Over out of 15. So he stayed under 1. Probably he got injured here. Who knows, right? Looks like he played the same minutes, right? So, it's looking good. Looking good for the 8.5. All right. Again, you have your max stats here, team stats here. So you have all the information. You can look at his last 20 games as well. I didn't do too good here, but he was doing good in the last 15. Last 10, I look for 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, right? Or 80% hit rate, to make a decision to take the bet. If you're looking for the ideal bet, you can use this scanner and look for that, right? Probably you're looking for underlines, right? Probably more like unders, right? So you could check for the highest difference going over as well, right? So you see, you could sort it here, highest to the lowest. So you see here is a 11 in difference in price versus the average. You could do unders on the difference as well and get how low he's staying. He's averaging lower. Like right now, Luca, his PRA, the line is 50.5, right? He's averaging 35.8, right? A whole 14 points you could play with, right? But let me go back to the right, I want to show you something here, right? So you could sort by the 10 games. So probably looking for unders on the 10 games here, right? Or under in the last 15 games here as well. You could just click here. Once the arrow is up, you're looking for unders. The arrow is down, you're looking for overs. So you see this particular line by Jared Vanderbilt is 10.5, right? This is coming from stake. In last 5 games, he stayed under. Last 10 games, he stayed under. Last 15 games, he stayed under, right? And if you pull it up, right, the 10.5, right, you could get a visual, of it. All right, so powerful, powerful, powerful stuff. So this is a good line, right? This is 100% hit rate staying under the line, right? So the scanner does all these things for you, right? It's very, very powerful. Let's see if we could find a actual line here now to place our bet. All right, let me check the last 15 games here. We have Cameron Johnson. All right, we have Cameron Johnson. Let's check the PRA for Cameron Johnson. All right, we have a 20.5 PRA. Right, let's check out the 20.5. Right, we're looking for over 20.5. So let's go to that game. Right, he's playing for the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets and Spurs game. All right, you want to go to player props, right? And you want to go down to Cameron Thomas. Sorry, and I say Cameron Johnson. Cam Thomas. Sorry. All right, you go to Cam Thomas, and the PRA, I want to drop it here, right, to the 20.5. You're actually getting 19. So that is even better. All right, so you want to take this bet here for the 19 for over. All right, so they drop it down to 19 here, and this is good. All right, so in 15 games, you went over 14, right, out of 15, which is exceptional, right? 90% chance of going over and a 93.3. So I'm liking my odds, with this, right? So we just locked in this one here, and let's look for another line, right? Let me go back out. All right, probably we could look for under. We had a nice percentage on the over. Let me see if we can find a nice under, right? And we have this player here. The line presently on stake is 9.5. Matas, can't pronounce his last name here, but his assist and rebounds. So 9.5 is the line. He's averaging 6, so he's way under the line, right? A 3 point something difference. And he stayed under in 15 games, right? He have never went over this 9.5 line. So you want to pull up this game here. All right, you want to go to the rebounds and assists, and you want to set back the line so you could get a visual of how he been playing, how he's been playing his last 10 games here, right? So cool. You can see that he's averaging 6.6, 6.1. So he's around here, right? That he could stay under the line. In 15 games, right? Did well. In 20 games as well, he did well, right? Way below the line, right? His minutes, right? He's playing minutes, right? But he's still staying under, right? I like that he's only averaging 20 minutes a game. So once he hits that 20 minutes mark, which is not a full performance at the game, right? You're going to know that he's an off the bench player, and he's likely not to play as much minutes as, the other star players, right? The starters and these things, right? So, probably these games that he played a little more minute is that somebody was injured with these things. And you could check that on the NBA official website, if you want to know who's playing and who's in, who's out, who's questionable, right? And we're going to provide that information on the scanner as well over here, right? You're going to be able to get that information as well on our second release, right? So I like this line, right? This line is very cool, all right? The 9.5 and under, right, for Matas. All right, so let me find him. Let's go to the Chicago Bulls. Chicago Bulls, right, and Cavs game. I want to go to player props because it's a player, you want to join it with a player from another team, right? And you want to go down to, what is his name? Oh, look at here. All right, you want to select here. And just remember, it's assists and rebounds at 9.5. All right, so you set back the 9.5 here, you drop the under, right, and we have a 71% payout, and you put how much you want based on your bankroll, right? My bankroll is 10,000 US dollars, so I'll bet for 1% would be $100 US per game, right? I'm just gonna use a 50 here as a demonstration, right? All right, so whatever your bankroll is, you bet in accordance, 1% or 2% or 3% of your bankroll, right? So we just locked in this bet here. Now, let's analyze games from yesterday. Right, so I have this particular game here from yesterday. All right, I had Devin Booker for under 1.5 steals, and I had Naz Reid for under 9.5 assists. So let's pull it up. All right, so you could go back on the scanner, go to the players here. All right, and let's type in Devin Booker. All right, so type Booker. All right, Devin Booker. Pull up his last 10 games. Lovely. And I did a under 1.5 steal. Right, so you see $100. I normally put games for 100 because my bankroll is 10,000. Right, so that's 1%. Now I'm cool with that. Right, and 1.5 steals and under. You go back here. You want to click steals. Right, 1.5 steals. So this was cool for me. This was cool. Right, so I had a 80% chance in 10 games, and also had a 86.7 chance, right, of staying under, in 15 games. Right, so this was cool, right? And I won that line. Then I had the Naz Reid for over 9.5 assists and rebounds. So let me look for Naz Reid. Naz. All right, Naz Reid. You want to pull up this game here. And I did a over assist and rebounds for 9.5. So I'm gonna pull up now assists and rebounds, set it back for the 9.5. Right? And I had 100% chance in 10 games of hitting that line. Right? He did 15. All right, you see here he did 15 here. Right? So this is the updated game here. So this was good, right? Because his average in 10 games was 13 and the line was 9. So it was projected that he was going to go way over the line. All right. So I had an 80% chance of hitting it in 15, but I like the 10 out of 10. All right. And he's playing a lot of minutes, 40 minutes a game, not like the other player was playing 20. Right. He's averaging 30 something minutes a game. Right. So this is powerful. Right. And then we had a lotto pick. All right, I'm not going to go through this whole entire lotto. This is too much lines here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 players here. All right. To give you close to 15 to 1 odds, 14.74. Right. So this was placed on the same day as well. Right. And we were able to win this, right? The whole entire network took this game. This was posted on the website. So how the odds, right? We analyzed the 3 players from the Boston game, put them together, right? And we add the ticket, right? So it was a 3-1. Then we went to the Cavs game, same game multi, right? Got 3 players, came up to 2.60, right? So 2.60 multiplied by 3 to 1 multiplied by 1.89 will give you 14.74, right? If you take out the calculator, and you multiply these 3 digits here, you'll get 14.74, right? Then we went to the Indiana game, got 2 players, all right? And, we put it on the same game multi, and we added in to the bet, right, to make 1 bet. So let me show you a live demonstration on how that would go, right? So we clear this here. All right, let's say the same game here. Let's say I'm taking not player props. Player props, again, to reiterate, this is if you want 1 player from each game. If you're looking to build a same game multi, right, this is how you build the same game multi. You want to go to Alonzo Ball, right, you do a over, probably rebounds. Well, you'll be analyzing from this scanner, but just showing you how you build the bets, right? So let's say this is the game that you press add bet here, right? You could see the games here. Well, already added bet. So this is the bet here. You could lock in this bet, right? You could lock in this bet here, but you could then go to multi, right? And you could add more same game bets. You cannot add player props to a same game multi, and you can't add a same game multi to player props, right? So when you go here now, probably want to analyze this game here, right? You want to go back to same game multi because if you're adding same players, two or more players, right, to a game, you want to go to a player, probably do a over, probably find another line from the scanner. It's under, right? 5.60. You add the bet, and you see your odds jump from 3.65 to 20 to 1, right? Because 5.60 times 3.65, if you pull out the calculator, right, you're going to get 20.44, right? You can lock in this here. Probably want to increase the line a little more. You cannot add any more persons from the same game here because you already created one ticket, right? If you want to add more players to this game, right, to this ticket, you'll have to X off this ticket, redo the ticket, and add it in to the Chicago Bulls game, right? So let me go back out here. You find another game, probably is the Indiana Pacers you wanna look at. You go to same game multi, right? Probably is the same brand, but over here on 6 points. Probably Andrew Nimhad for under on points here. This is at 3.30. I'm comfortable. I'm not looking for any more. I want to add it here, right? This 3.30 times 20. You're going to carry this bet to 2 threes are 6, right? To over 60 to 1 odds, right? 67.45 when you multiply this. And you can add more, right? I have an individual who created a 700 to 1 odds as well, right? So sky is the limit, right? Let me show you something. Let me see if I could get that particular bet and show you here. So this particular guy, he on the team, right? And he was able to build a 723 to 1 odds, right? He only put 1 cent on it to win $7, right? But if he had put $1 on this particular game, right? If you had put $1 on this game, you would have win 723. If I had put $100 on this ticket, right, I'd win 72,000 US dollars, right? So you could build tickets. I see people build 1 to 10,000. I've hit numerous, right? I've did numerous bets of 50 to 1 and put 20 US to make $1,000. I win a lot of that. Sometimes we win, 4 bets, clean sweep for the day, 4 out of 4, right? Sometimes 5 out of 4, right? And these things. So you still want to use proper risk management, even though you're getting lines that are under 20, over 20, right? You still don't want to put whole house, car, land, and all these different things on the particular bet because, on that particular day, you don't know how the player would play. You're just going based on the stats, the average, and let the numbers work in your favor over a period of time, right? But don't try, to, stake all your money behind a game, right? And, keep doing that. There are different ways that people bet. Some people build lines like 1 to 6 or 1 to 8. Use 1% of the capital if you do, 1 to 8 bets, right? Or 1 to 14, right? So this come like you're using 1% to make 14% return on investment. So even though, you out of 10 bets, right, you win 1 out of 10, you're still in huge profits, right? If you win 5, you're in a whole lot of profits, right? 5, if you have a 50% hit rate, right? Or you win 3, imagine winning 3 bets, even if it's a 1 to 8, right? 3 fours are, 3 8s are 24, right, percent. And the 7 games that you lose at 7%, right, 1% each, minus the 24 is still 17% hit rate, net win, profits, right? If it's daily or weekly or monthly or however you want to approach it. Right, so some people they martingale as well. They look for 1 to 1, and if they do lose, they would martingale it. Right, some people would stack it. Right, meaning that they look for a 1 to 1 win and go for 3 in a row to see exponential growth in their money. All right, so this is all with the scanner. All right, as I said, there's a second scanner here for team betting as well. Team assists for San Antonio, team steals, team blocks, team trees. For Spurs, it's 13.5. All right, this is the Spurs game. No. All right, but if it was the Spurs game, you could go to the trees here, and set the line at 13.5 and see what's the percent of over or under the team is doing, right? And you could build a parlay on probably threes alone for the team, right? So I appreciate you all guys. Have a blessed one, right? I hope you enjoy using the scan.